Next question, explain why the dipole moment of chlorobenzene is lower than that of cyclohexyl chloride. Second, the alkyl halide, although polar but immiscible with water, Grignard reagent should be prepared under anhydrous conditions. Now, dipole moment of chlorobenzene is lower because it has a resonance hybrid of 5 resonating structures, and 3 resonating structures have plus sign, positive charge on the chlorine atom. That's why it becomes less polar and its dipole moment is less as compared to cyclohexyl chloride, in which there is no positive charge on halogen. Alkyl halides, although they are polar, but they are not sufficiently polar to form hydrogen bond with water or break the hydrogen bonds between water molecules. That's why they are immiscible with water. That is, do not dissolve in water. Grignard reagent must be prepared without water or in absence of water, that is in anhydrous conditions, because Grignard reagent will react with water to form alkanes. This is the written explanation. And chlorobenzene is stabilized by resonance and there is positive charge on chlorine atom in 3 out of 5 resonating structure. Therefore, it has lower dipole moment than cyclohexyl chloride, in which there is no such positive charge. Alkyl halide, although polar, cannot form hydrogen bond with water and cannot break hydrogen bond between water molecules. That's why they are insoluble in water. Grignard reagent react with water to form alkanes, therefore they have to be prepared under anhydrous conditions. Next, we are taking uses of Freon 12, DDT, carbon tetrachloride, and iodoform. Freon 12 is used as a refrigerant in refrigerators and air conditioners. DDT is used as insecticide. Carbon tetrachloride is used as a solvent. It is also used in fire extinguisher, but these days it has been banned because it forms phosgene gas. Iodoform is used as antiseptic, but it has got specific smell or vapors which cause tears in eyes. That's why it is less used as antiseptic. Next, we have write the structure of the major organic products in the following reactions. So let's take up one by one each. Now, students are advised to write the products yourself in your copy and then compare with the solution that whether you have done it correctly or not. That will give you a lot of confidence if you get correct answers yourself. Let's take up the solution. First one, 1-chloropropane is reacting with sodium iodide, leads to the formation of 1-iodopropane plus NaCl. This is tertiary butyl bromide reacts with alcoholic KOH. Ethanol means alcoholic KOH. Elimination reaction will take place. HBr will be eliminated. Alkene will be formed. This is 2-methylpropene. 2-bromobutane, when reacts with aqueous NaOH, then nucleophilic substitution reaction will take place. Br negative will be replaced by OH to get to butanol. Ethyl bromide or bromoethane reacts with KCN in presence of alcohol, will get ethyl cyanide plus KBr. This is Williamson synthesis. Sodium phenoxide reacts with ethyl chloride. NaCl will be lost. We will get ethoxybenzene, which is also called phenitol. This is 1-propanol which reacts with thionyl chloride. OH will be replaced by Cl plus SO2 plus HCl will be formed. This method is preferred because side products are gases and can be easily removed. 1-butene is reacting with HBr in presence of peroxide. Anti-Markovnikov addition will take place. 1-bromobutane will be the major product. Here we have 2-methyl-2-butene which reacts with HBr. Addition takes place according to Markovnikov's rule, result in formation of 2-bromo-2-methyl-butane. Arrange the following compounds in the order of reactivity towards SN2 displacement, and let's take up one by one. 2-bromo-2-methylbutane will be least reactive because it is tertiary and offers maximum steric hindrance. Followed by 2-bromopentane, which is secondary, offers less steric hindrance. Followed by 1-bromopentane, which is most reactive, offers least steric hindrance. Second, 2-bromo-2-methylbutane is least reactive because of more steric hindrance. 3-bromo-2-methylbutane has less steric hindrance. 1-bromo-3-methylbutane has least steric hindrance, so it will be most reactive. 1-bromo-2,2-dimethylpropane is primary, so it will react faster. But steric, it is primary, but steric hindrance is maximum, so it is slowest. 1-bromo-2-methylbutane steric hindrance has become less. 1-bromo-3-methylbutane steric hindrance is least. So all are primary, but according to steric hindrance, 1-bromo-3-methylbutane will be most reactive due to minimum steric hindrance. Out of C6H5CH2Cl and C6H5CHCl C6H5, which is more easily hydrolyzed by aqueous KOH? Answer is the secondary one, 2-chloro, 1,2-diphenyl, 2 or chloro diphenyl methane will get hydrolyzed faster because it will form secondary carbocation which have 6 resonating structures. So it is highly stabilized. That's why this carbocation will be formed readily, which will combine with OH ion, and it will be hydrolyzed much more easily than the other one, which will give only benzyl chloride will give only 3 resonating structures. Para-dichlorobenzene has higher melting point and solubility than those of ortho and meta isomers. Reason is para-dichlorobenzene being symmetrical, therefore it fits into crystal lattice more readily and has higher melting point and solubility as compared to ortho and meta isomers. Its solubility is higher because of symmetry and has more force of attraction with the solvent. In ortho and meta, there is more repulsion, less symmetry, less force of attraction with the solvent, and they do not fit into crystal lattice readily. That's why they have lower melting point. The treatment of alkyl chloride with aqueous KOH leads to the formation of alcohol, but in presence of alcoholic KOH, alkenes are the major product. Why? In the presence of aqueous KOH, nucleophilic substitution reaction will take place, OH ion being replaced by chloride ion to get alcohol. OH ion will replace chloride ion to get alcohol. In presence of alcoholic KOH, elimination reaction takes place. Alcoholic KOH or ethoxide ion with stronger nucleophile will abstract proton H positive ion from beta carbon, and simultaneously there will be a loss of halide ion resulting in the formation of alkene. So this is elimination reaction which is initiated by nucleophile, so we call it nucleophilic elimination reaction. What happens when normal butyl chloride is treated with alcoholic KOH? Let's take up one by one. Normal butyl chloride, when treated with alcoholic KOH, one butene will be formed plus KCl plus water will be formed because there is no carbocation formed, no rearrangement possible, so one butene will be the major product. Bromobenzene, when reacts with magnesium in the presence of dry ether, phenyl magnesium bromide is formed. Bromobenzene, when treated with NaOH, although this nucleophilic substitution reaction is difficult, that's why we are applying 623 Kelvin temperature, 300 atmospheric pressure. Br will be replaced by OH. So here side products will be NaBr. So bromobenzene has been changed into phenol by nucleophilic substitution reaction with NaOH at high temperature and high pressure. Next, we want to convert ethyl chloride to ethyl alcohol. So we need aqueous KOH. Nucleophilic substitution reaction will take place. We will get ethyl alcohol. We want bromomethane to ethane. What's reaction will be applicable? 2 moles of CH3Br react with 2 moles of sodium metal in presence of dry ether to get ethane plus 2 NaBr. This is Wurtz reaction. And here we get double carbon atoms. You want methyl cyanide from methyl chloride treated with the KCN. Methyl cyanide will be formed plus KCl will be formed. In IUPAC system, it is called ethane nitride. This is called chloromethane. This is a problem type questions. Primary alkyl halide C4H9Br reacted with alcoholic KOH to give compound B. Compound B is reacted with HBr to give C, which is an isomer of A. When A is reacted with sodium metal, it gives a compound D, C8H18. Now check, here we have got 4 carbon atom, here we have got 8 carbon atoms, so Wurtz reaction is the hint, which is different from the compound formed when normal butyl bromide is reacted with sodium. Give the structural formula A and write the equation of all the reaction. Now A is isobutyl bromide, and let's continue and confirm. Isobutyl bromide or 1-bromo 2-methyl propane. We reacted with alcoholic KOH. Elimination will take place. Br from here and H from here. HBr will be eliminated. Double bond will be formed. So B is isobutylene or 2-methyl propene. We are reacting it with HBr. Markovnikov addition will take place. 2-bromo 2-methyl propane will be formed, and C is isomer of A. And that was given to us. C is an isomer of A. Next, we are reacting A with sodium metal. So this is isobutyl bromide plus 2 sodium. Isobutyl bromide 2 NaBr will be out in presence of dry ether. We get this product, and this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That is 2,5-dimethyl hexane plus 2 NaBr. This is D, which is molecular formula is C8H18. And this compound is different from normal octane. Normal octane can be obtained from 2 moles of normal butyl bromide or 1 bromobutane with sodium metal will get normal octane, and this was given that D should be different from normal octane, and it is different from normal octane. So that solves our problem.